Oh man, are we gonna have like a full crew with cameras on this time? I don't think that's ever happened before.
You sound like a robot.
Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
we're actually getting feedback
What the
through
hell was
your
You
that?
get feedback?
Split screen.
speakers. Yeah.
Let me get a lighter sub. Maybe be right back.
Okay.
Not wearing any trousers.
I know. I'm grabbing some right now.
It
Oh,
could have
I
been
mean-
worse.
Yeah.
At least there was some layer there.
Yeah, exactly. Not the best thing, but also at the same time, like, yeah, definitely could have been way worse, man.
Didn't COVID teach you anything?
Here are today's judges: Secular Rarity, The Stale Rice, and TJ Pownall on the fantasy tournament game where anything can happen, anyone can win, and you never know who will show up next. It's anyone's game!
Hooray!
I'm your host, Rob Bourgeois. I've kind of got a cold, but let's get this train wreck spinning. So one by one, I'm going to give you a list of 4 different options to pick from. Pick the one you want to see compete. The rest just get tossed aside, and we won't see them again until next tournament at the earliest. If you don't know who any of your options are, don't like them, or just don't want to pick them, you can ditch them for 3 replacements. Then you can double ditch for 2, and then you can take your last ditch for just 1 that you're stuck with. Once your character's chosen, we spin the wheel and put them where it lands. If our spin results in a match, we draw the contest randomly from the other bucket, and then we get to argue about who wins. Only the judges' votes count. I'm only here to facilitate. Our previous champion, Santa Claus, is currently sitting at the top of the wheel. He'll be our 32nd and final player, and to demonstrate the process of picking characters, I'll choose now. So I've got Carl Sagan, the astronomer, Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle, previous champion Sly Cooper from Sly Cooper, or Bambi from Disney's Bambi. I haven't seen Carl Sagan up there yet, so I'm going to pick Carl Sagan. Give that a spin. Now while that's spinning, let's discuss the ground rules. First, we're assuming that the players want to win, but not that they need to win. Second, no matter the events of the previous match, we're assuming players enter the new match at 100%. Third, players who are known for carrying gear at all times will have their standard loadout for all contests. And fourth, cheaters never prosper. We always catch them, and they are disqualified, rendering the contest moot, such as teleporting out of an escape room or escalating in violence against their opponents beyond what's implied by the contest, counts as cheating. So now that the wheel is stopped, our first player, Carl, goes right here. And let's start with SR, because you haven't been here before. So you've got Terry Crews, the actor, Detective Juliet O'Hara from Psych, Green, the M&M, or Steven Universe from Steven Universe.
Going with O'Hara out all
All
day,
right.
every day. Big fan of Psych here, so.
You seen the movies?
Oh yeah, honestly, super worth
Yeah.
it.
My roommate's been watching through the whole series because he hasn't seen the movies yet.
Oh man, yeah, they're super worth it.
So
for
he's
sure.
like binging the whole thing. All right. Jules goes right
You're
here.
not sponsored by that show or USA Network, but I mean,
Or
if you
whoever
do want
owns
to
it
send
now.
us,
Yeah.
yeah, if you do want to send us like a box set or whatever, like we'll take it. I mean,
All right, Stale. You've got Lilo Pelikai from Lilo and Stitch, Bucky from The Emperor's New Groove, Cyclops from X-Men, or Betty White, the actor.
I'm gonna go with Betty White.
All right.
This will be interesting.
She was on my short list of celebrities I would like to high five.
Oh my god,
Oh.
straight away.
Yeah,
With
Betty
Carl
White.
Sagan. Wow.
Betty
Two real
White
people.
versus Detective Juliet O'Hara. And the contest is Wii Sports.
Oh, I feel like if Betty White had a Wii, she'd probably be a wizard.
It is
No, I
also worth
imagine too.
mentioning that in Wii Sports, you don't necessarily have to do like the big athletic movements.
Yeah.
You can just,
Mhm.
wiggle the stick.
I think,
So
I
explain
think-
the one from Psych.
I think the
She-
competitiveness of Juliet O'Hara is what would come through. I think she would take it. Betty would be good. I'm not discounting that. I think it's the drive that O'Hara has that would put her over the top.
So who is O'Hara? I don't know.
Okay, so in the show Psych, she's like the main head detective other than like the head detective, right? So
Okay.
there's two basic detectives that the character Sean works with who pretends to be
There's like
psychic.
there's like a lead detective team. There's the head detective, Carlton Lasseter, and his junior partner, Juliet O'Hara.
So you're saying
And we
that
follow
she's
her
had
entire career.
gun training. She'd be pretty good with
Absolutely.
accuracy and with her hands, essentially.
Oh yeah, she's very.
I guess she
athletic.
wins then.
TJ, you've got Brad Paisley, the musician, Jeffrey the Dude Lebowski from The Big Lebowski, Pacha from The Emperor's New Groove, or Toad from Super Mario.
Toad! I just want to roll him. Toad the Toad.
Good.
From Toad.
Toad the Toad, yes. Not to be confused
now-
with Yoshi the Yoshi or Birdo the Birdo.
I'm now just hoping that one of the characters is Toad from the book series Frog and Toad, and we could have a Toad versus Toad match where we're just completely confused about who we're arguing for the entire time. But
I actually do have 2 different Queens of Hearts in here, and also 2 different Jon Snows, and like 4 different Blues.
2 Jafars as well. What you do now.
4 blues.
Yeah, 4 different characters named Blue. Alright, SR, you've got Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy from Star Trek The Original Series, the Xenomorph Queen from Alien, Tom Six from Toonami, or Matthew from The Sandman.
always was a fan of Toonami. Let's go Tom Six.
Stale, you've got Static Shock from Static Shock, Homestar Runner from Homestar Runner, Muriel Finster from Recess, or Dr. Horrible from Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog.
I think Miss Finster. That'd be interesting. I want to see what
All
she'll
right.
do. Just 2 old ladies back to back with me.
Gosh, I gotta go watch some old Homestar Runner again, y'all. Like that was like childhood stuff for me.
Last year, I actually watched all of the Strong Bad emails. It was just a compilation of all of them back to back.
You know, honestly, kids these days will not understand the internet at that time when it was just beginning to really come.
Yeah, and
the
you
shit
actually
show
had to
that it
go
would
to
be.
websites to see the content.
And people were just
Oh, yeah.
people would just make weird videos and just put them on this website that they owned for no reason other than to do it. And it was like, yeah, can't monetize this or anything. Like,
All right, TJ, you've got Asterix from Asterix, President Dwayne Camacho from Idiocracy, John Dillermand from John Dillermand, or Maid Marian from Disney's Robin Hood.
Maid Marian. I watched that recently. So I'm all brainy about it.
Some furry rep.
Get your mask. Stale.
Oh, should I?
oh, nice.
Yeah, there he is. In the flesh. Or fabric.
All right, SR, you've got Professor Utonium from the Powerpuff Girls, Lamb Chop from Lamb Chop's Play Along, Remy and Linguini from Ratatouille, or Gus Griswold from Recess.
Probably Lamb Chop has some hidden talents
All right.
that we never really got to see displayed with Lamb Chop, which is a really weird name, right?
Yeah.
for a sheep
For a
puppet
sheep,
for
yeah.
kids.
It's a cow called Beef.
Yeah, right.
Duck called
Hello,
Hoisin.
hamburger.
Lamb Chop versus Toad in a chili cook-off.
Oh, that's rough.
No
I
cannibalism.
mean, vegan chili exists.
You
Is
know,
it?
I think we actually have evidence of both of these individuals cooking. We have Lamb Chop cooking on some shows, just like we have Toad cooking in some games. And not to say that we ever necessarily taste either of them, but we do know that both of these characters can cook.
I reckon Lamb Chop's got a secret evil streak. She's got a basement filled with Carolina Reapers.
Toad's
Well, maybe-
chili would probably end up with mushrooms in it.
Mushrooms are good.
Lamb Chop
Can
may
be.
have a little bit more experience.
I want to go for Mushroom Boy because I like mushrooms.
You know what?
And I can see him actually eating meat.
As much as I wanted to see Lamb Chop go, Toad,
Sorry.
Toad maybe
All
takes
right,
it.
so
Yeah.
3 votes
Toad
for
takes it.
Toad.
It's a difficult
Alright.
one, that one.
It's really funny how sometimes you get random things you couldn't have seen coming that are just insanely
Yeah.
hard.
No previous evidence to go on.
Or when they're both really good.
Or just both terrible at this. Like it's two people that you're
And
just positive
yeah.
would not be.
And then you just have to decide which one's going to be the less terrible disaster. All right, Stale. You've got
Mm.
Della Duck from DuckTales, Emperor Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove, Goro from Mortal Kombat, or Smokey Bear, the mascot of the U.S. Forest Service.
I'm going with Goro. Toad win, I swear to God.
Depends on the
Oh,
contest.
that'd be great.
Only you can stop this train wreck from happening.
Still, every so often, because like my buddies and I will go into the woods and stuff and build fires, and every so often I'll still tell them the old Smokey the Bear. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. Smokey the Bear says. Most of the time,
Hell.
they have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm like, "Come on, guys." Like,
Wait, they don't know about Smokey?
it's terrible, honestly. It's a real shame, but the references that I want to make fun of these days, a lot of my friends don't know, and that's fine.
Wait,
I mean, they're old.
Right over their heads.
Oh, for a second I thought you were doing a hairline thing. I was going to have to get offended.
Oh, no. I meant like went over their heads. I'm not making fun of anybody.
Everybody here has fabulous hair, and then there's me. All of it's just been gravitied away.
Your head's the wrong way up.
Oh, okay.
That's
What?
Yeah,
it.
let me
Just
just...
gotta turn it around.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, TJ, you've got Lieutenant Commander Montgomery Scott from Star Trek The Original Series, Rodney Copperbottom from Robots, Gadget Hackwrench from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, or Rafiki from The Lion King.
Oh, it's a toss up between the two accents, Rafiki or Scotty. It's gonna have to be Scotty.
Scotty versus Muriel Finster. Horse.
Like riding a horse? Or.
Like the basketball horse.
So as a Starfleet officer, he's got to have a certain level of fitness. So Scotty may be quite good. However, Finster in a playground all the time.
That's exactly
Half
what
of
I
her
was
age.
thinking.
She has also been shown in the movie to kick some serious ass.
But who would be? But would she be accurate enough?
Different time periods, though. Like, she at least knows about basketball and is in a playground all the time. But Scotty is like, how long in the future is Star Trek? Because I don't know, actually. Like, 200 years? Do we still have basketball
Don't-
in Star Trek's time?
They barely have.
They don't play
baseball.
basketball.
We can assume that they have a few hours to learn the rules.
Oh no,
That's
they
fair.
do. In Star Trek Enterprise, they were playing basketball in one of the cargo bays. That's a different period
okay,
of
so
time.
this is even now.
I think it may be Miss Finster though.
You do.
Yeah, even though he is part of Starfleet, he's not the most athletic looking. He looks like even if he would do all the running and training and everything, he'd be the most knackered out of everybody.
So
I'm going to
TJ,
go with
you're-
Finster, too, on that
I'm
one.
going Finster.
SR?
Same.
With it. Yeah,
All right.
I'll join in. I like it.
All right, SR. You've got Billy Cranston from Power Rangers, Sean Connery, the actor, Ashley Spinelli from Recess, or Jeff Winger from Community.
Let's go winger. I was feeling Connery.
But there could only be one.
There could only be one.
All right, Stale. You've got Ginger Foutley from As Told by Ginger, Gurr from Invader Zim, Deckard Cain from Diablo, or Ron from Ron's Gone Wrong.
I'm going to go with Gurr, because that could make for some good possibilities.
I'm gonna have to look up what Ron's Gone Wrong is.
It's like a fun animated movie. I've seen the ads for it and all that.
He's like an emoji.
I've heard it described as the Emoji Movie done right.
He looks like a good version of the robots from Smile, Doctor Who. Remember that one?
Yeah,
The emoji bots?
the Smilers.
TJ, you've got the Crowned Slime from Reciteer and Item Shop's Tale, Hank Hill from King of the Hill, Earl J. Hickey from My Name is Earl, or Lord Eddard Stark from Game of Thrones.
Hank.
All right.
Without
Thank
them
you.
propane accessories.
Hank Hill versus Ron. Nope, I'm sorry, that's Gurr. I
Oh,
forgot that we I was
gonna be
getting
a
one
battle.
tracked.
You still think
Oh
that
my-
Ron's Gone
oh my
Wrong?
God.
Battle.
It's whistling. I don't know that Gurr can whistle.
He can
And
scream.
Hank's a musical man.
That's one step up from whistling.
It's one step up for whistling. I like that.
I mean, Hank has a guitar. He likes to play music and stuff, so I imagine he, can do a little folk whistle thing along his
Hank-
guitar.
It could whistle. Yeah, I definitely think so.
Good old fashioned whistling. I think, yeah, if you asked Hank to whistle, he'd whistle. If you asked Gurr to whistle,
Hank Hill versus Toad. Correction, it's Hank Hill versus Toad versus Gurr versus Lamb Chop in Monopoly.
Oh my god. I mean, Hank's a good all-American man. He believes in the system, so he's a good budgeter too. With that budget episode with Bobby, so I think he'd be on the money, quite literally.
Between Gurr, Toad, and Lamb Chop,
Gurr
Lamb
would-
Chop's probably the one that would be the best out of those three.
Yeah,
I
Gurr
think
would
Hank
probably
Hill
be somewhere beneath the level of a pigeon.
Right,
Just
fact, he's
smashing
probably
his
got
head
a few
against
on
the
him.
freaking game board.
Right. I think Hank takes it.
I believe Hank. Again,
All right.
Gurr
Hank's
just being a
just
massive
board game
problem.
Monopoly.
SR, you've got Dr. Meredith Rodney McKay from Stargate Atlantis, Arthur from The Tick, Colonel Mustard from Clue, or Weiwei Coyote from No Evil. By the way, this is a fantastic, small, independent animated series on YouTube.
Let's
He's
go,
cute.
Colonel Mustard.
All right, Colonel Mustard. Stale. You've got Albert Wesker from Resident Evil, Percy Jackson from Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Grogu from Star Wars: The Mandalorian. I was gonna say Star Trek: The Mandalorian.
I don't know
for
anyone
some
called
reason.
that in Star Trek.
Yeah,
You're making that
yeah,
up.
no, he's from Star Wars.
Put that one in the bin.
Or Beetle from The Legend of Zelda.
I think I'm gonna do Beetle because he has a funny face and a big nose.
Beetle is the only one of these who isn't OP. All right, TJ, you've got Edward from Edward Scissorhands, Dexter Morgan from Dexter, Theseus from Hades, or Mung Dahl from Chowder.
Let's go for a ditch.
You've got Harold Kuplowski from Megas XLR, Megan Parker from Drake and Josh, or Count Dracula from Dracula.
Dracula.
SR, you've got Reggie Mantle from Archie, Taylor Swift, the musician, Micah Baring from Warehouse 13, or Vince LaSalle from Recess. A lot of Recess reps
It
today.
is, isn't it?
A lot of recess. No, I gotta go with my girl T Swift.
All right,
Just-
Taylor
I think
Swift.
she can do it.
Although we did have a lot of Star Trek last time.
We did have a lot of Star Trek last time.
They're at the top of the bucket, that's why. I'd put them in especially for this.
I had tumbled it a lot.
You need one of those like bingo things that has all the bingo
Yeah.
balls in.
Just want one just for the fun of it. Like
Yeah,
I don't even want
so
to
did
play
I.
bingo that much. Just like turning it over.
Yeah, I thought about getting a bingo cage, but like it'd be kind of expensive. And
Trying to get every ball
I have
printed
nowhere
with
to
a
put it
face
right
and a
now.
name, yeah.
yeah, right now the garage is still pretty much full of Charlie's stuff.
Are you gonna like move anyone's game in there?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'll try to like add a bunch of sound paneling to prevent the sounds of
Big old
insane
trucks and
traffic.
cars, yeah. It
I
gets
swear,
noisy.
like everybody in our neighborhood has negative mufflers.
They've got loudness, trumpets.
Like somebody drives by on a, in this little tiny Subaru hatchback, like a 2-seater,
an electric car.
and it's going.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, dude! They can hear that in Denver.
Never understood the desire to have a louder vehicle.
I
That's
don't
never
either.
been-
I loved
No.
my Prius.
Oh god, I you know those diesel horns, right? That they honk and you hear them from like across a football field.
Yeah, train
Like
horn.
I was at a Wally World and someone in a pickup truck. I was like 10 feet away, blared that thing for 5 seconds, and I fell on my back.
That's
That's
gonna
scary.
That's gonna get someone shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, around here definitely.
Anyway.
All right, Stale. You've got Parthenax
Mhm.
from The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, Skeletor from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Ned from Pushing Daisies, or 5-Volt from WarioWare.
Skeletor's hilarious. Let's go with him.
Curse you, He-Man!
All right, Skeletor versus Count Dracula. Stand-up comedy.
Ow. Wow.
Oh my god.
Dracula would be charming, but I think Skeletor would be just fucking hilarious.
What is a skeleton's
Exactly.
favorite snack? Go on, guess. Guess!
You're putting me in a lot of pressure.
Guess! Guess! Guess, goddamn you! Why do you fail me so often? Yes, I love that thing. It's gotta be Skeletor then.
Dracula is a sophisticated. He's a lovely man, but he's a monster, quite literally.
I-
So, yeah, it has to be Skeletor.
Skeletor is a monster, but he's a sophisticated man. All right, TJ, you've got Gargamel from the Smurfs, Pierce Hawthorne from Community, Meat Boy from Super Meat Boy, or Lieutenant Reginald Barclay from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Reg! Reg Barkley. Anytime a Star Trek one comes up, it's pretty much an instant pick for me. I love Star Trek. I've watched it so many times. Although I said this before, I could make them win anything, and then 7 of 9 lost to Tails in an invent-off. That was annoying.
Reg Barkley versus Maid Marian in a drinking contest.
Oh no. Okay, drink of choice, synthahol. He could drink that stuff all night, wouldn't get drunk.
Is it
Well, we gotta
alcohol?
disqualify me, Marion.
It's synthahol. It gives you all the effects without making you lose control. So you could go to work with
So
it.
no, it's not alcohol then.
It's synthahol.
No, it doesn't count.
No. Made
Well,
Marion.
hear me out, guys. I think Marion. I think she's disqualified though, because she's a cartoon. She can't drink.
If we're going to apply
She'd just
the
run.
medium,
Just trying to pour
if
it
we're
on a
going to
cell.
apply the medium as an argument here, then we'll have to revisit Count Dracula versus Skeletor. Because Skeletor, as a drawing, can't say anything.
I just honestly think the issue is going to be with Maid Marian. I think it's not so much about Barkley as it is Marian, because I just don't think she's going to do that well.
Well, she lives in the Middle Ages, right? So it's like a very medieval setting. What else is there to drink besides alcohol? What are you going to do? Drink water and get cholera?
But you're probably talking like something that has an incredibly low alcoholic content. We're talking about something that is going to be watered down, you know?
But she's
fact
royalty,
that
though.
Yeah, she's royalty, and she's probably always drinking something that's at least a little bit alcoholic and developed a tolerance her entire life.
She's like a wino or something, I imagine.
Like, if it was real alcohol, I reckon Reg would be able to do it. I think it's close. It's close between them, mainly just because of pure size. Are they? How big are we saying they are?
Let's say Reg is 6 feet tall. Maid Marian would be like 5'3".
I think it would still be her then. She'd be determined.
You guys have made good arguments. I'll go with what you're saying. Same.
Right?
It doesn't have to be unanimous, right?
It does not have to be unanimous.
Okay, cool. Then just because it won't matter anyway, I'm going to go with Red.
All right, SR, you've got Cobra Bubbles from Lilo and Stitch, Agent J from Men in Black, Solid Snake from Metal Gear, or 9-volt, 18-volt, and 13-amp from WarioWare.
Agent J. I'm assuming that we're getting him in
versus
between.
Jeff Winger. Crabbing.
This is definitely an odd battle for these two individuals.
They are both kind of averse to like manual labor.
So they are. That's exactly what came to my mind first, is that Winger would definitely have a problem doing the work. But for a competition, would be
Jay
more...
did do a lot of running in that first movie.
If we're getting him at Agent J level, right? He actually has kind of buckled down a little from his initial character attributes in the beginning of the movie. Whereas even at the end of Community, Winger still is averse to work. I don't know that he would want to be on the boat.
I think Jay's probably, at the point that we see him last, he's got a few stories under his belt. There's probably some alien sort of crabbing he's done in the past. Maybe there's some creature under the sea and they have to regularly go out crabbing. There's like a bunch of Men in Black who go out in a ship getting crabs and like feeding them to this big beast. You know, it's the ambassador of like Alpha Centauri or whatever. Puppy.
I think that...
Oh, is it a puppy? Yay!
I'm gonna vote for Jay as well.
I don't know enough about either of them, so yeah.
All right, Agent J versus Muriel Finster. Ice sculpting.
Oh no, he's doomed.
Oh, I don't know that we know so much about Muriel's artistic ability.
It's school. They teach art.
Well, yeah, true.
Maybe
They teach art, but like I have never sculpted ice.
no, but I have sculpted in art class.
True, I have too.
There is a vast difference between sculpting in clay and sculpting in ice.
Yes. but not too much.
I don't know that. I don't
They
know
couldn't
that Jay
possibly
has.
be more different.
Well, the thing
Ice
is
extremely.
Like, what stops?
no, you're getting it wrong. You have to make sure that you sculpt it while the ice is soft.
Oh, true.
I'm going for Finster.
Ditto.
I think it's fair.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, we don't have any representation of Jay ever doing anything artistic.
Yes.
Aren't they like elementary? They like elementary kids.
Yes.
Yes,
middle
yes, they are.
Oh yeah.
They're fifth graders.
So they're doing like ice sculpting in elementary. They don't have
With a
enough
fucking
teachers. They
chainsaw.
can't. They don't have a budget to actually teach the kids, but they got enough to buy a block of ice.
Stale. You've got the Muncher from Number Munchers, Rosalina from Super Mario, Jake Long from American Dragon Jake Long, or Sassy from Homeward Bound The Incredible Journey.
Okay, my bias really come out strongly right now because Dragon. So Jake on this one.
For a
This is-
second, I
this
thought
game
you were
is
going to go
making-
with the Muncher. Because
Game
he's
is making me
green.
think about things I haven't like watched or thought about in years.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
All right, TJ,
Yeah.
you've got Dr. Wayne Zelinsky from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers, Red, the M&M, or John Cena from the E. WWE.
We're gonna go for the Doctor.
John Cena.
No, that's not what I said. I may have gone but I'm going for the Doctor. Dr. Wayne
Oh,
Zelinsky.
You cut out.
You
so
didn't
I thought
listen.
I did listen. You cut out. All right, Dr. Wayne Zelinsky versus Goro. Mountain climbing.
It has to be Goro now.
Yeah, big giant like muscly fighter dude with like 4 arms. Right?
Forearm.
Oh, well, yeah, in that case.
Mountain climbing.
Mountain climbing, yeah. Fair
I feel
enough.
bad.
Goro versus Detective Juliet O'Hara. Whittling.
4 hands, yeah.
And then another hand comes in. And
I
another
know
one
that he
don't
has
know
the
that-
precision though. It's not. He's.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Not a, he's not somebody that is fine motor skills. He's.
I also don't
He's
know
a
that
big
even
dumb
having-
Shokin warrior.
Even if he does have the precision, I don't know that having more than 2 hands would help. It might
Not
just be a
necessarily.
case of too many cooks at that point.
I will argue one cook with 2 arms is never enough.
Yeah, I don't know that. I think the issue is going to come down to precision of it. I think he's just so much more of a swing my
lunk.
arm type of dude. Yeah, rather than
Yeah.
like I can focus and really kind of make something out of this.
And she'd have
It's
the-
not to say that
Yeah.
O'Hara is necessarily a master at whittling or anything. It's just I just think it's the detriment on his side.
He's more suited to smash than create.
Yeah, he's just a big meathead.
I can see that.
SR, you've got Tom Hanks, the actor, Spock from Star Trek the original series, Lieutenant B'Elanna Torres from Star Trek Voyager, or Pegasus from Disney's Hercules.
I want to go with Tom Hanks.
Why has he not been cast in a real life King of the Hill?
All right, Stale, you've got Carpet from Disney's Aladdin, Juliet Starling from Lollipop Chainsaw, The Soldier from Team Fortress 2, or Mr. Greenrind from Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island.
What could Carpet do? You know what?
He can fly.
He's gonna be an oddball in there. Let's throw in Carpet.
Carpet is a bit of an ace in this game. It's actually surprising he hasn't won a tournament yet.
I'm
All right,
surprised that
Carpet
hasn't come
versus
together.
Beetle, depth
Yeah.
diving.
He doesn't
dive.
have lungs.
I mean, exactly.
He also
so...
doesn't have to worry about the bends, so
Well, the only thing only thing that's coming to my mind is the idea that it's difficult for Carpet to go through the water, but honestly, I don't know that would hold. Just kind
he
of
could
wrap
just
himself up into
mimic
a
a
little,
manta.
Yeah,
squeeze
Yeah.
the water out.
yeah. You have an intelligent Carpet that doesn't have to breathe.
All right, Carpet versus Skeletor, kickboxing.
Skeletor's
Okay.
muscular, so
Yes, he is. But you must have watched Doctor Strange. His cape comes off and attacks
yeah.
Drax.
Not really kickboxing.
It's not
Actually, yeah, that's a good
kickboxing,
point.
Right.
but the nimbleness of it, you'd think Carpet would be able to do something similar.
Well,
The
I
way
mean,
I
the thing
see
is, like, he has no bones. It would have no impact. You can't hit him. You can't hurt him.
All you
maybe
do
like
is
choke
just
him out, but
dust
that doesn't
it.
count. That's cheating.
punch the carpet, dust comes off.
Yeah, the
That's
way I see it,
cheating.
this is
It's
going to be a long
kickboxing.
fight either way, because Skeletor
Exactly.
can hit real hard, but that's not going to do much against Carpet, who's basically got like no body there. Carpet, on the other hand, can't hit hard, so he's not going to do much damage. Like either way, it's going to take like an hour.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
God.
think it might come down to that even though Carpet doesn't have a body, like can still be tired, right? Like it can still be
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
worn out, and
So
so
can Skeletor, can't he?
yes, but I think wearing out is going to be more on Carpet's side because he's actually going to be getting the kicked out of him. He is going to
Oh,
still
yeah,
be
good
getting
point.
beaten up because Skeletor's actually going to be able to fight him well. Like, sure, like Skeletor has a body, but Carpet's not really going to be able to hurt him.
Is carpet. He's fabric. He's
Right.
broken down more and more. And Skeletor's already undead.
Have you ever tried punching a flag?
No, they're too high.
But I mean, but we're not talking a flag. We're talking an Arabian carpet here. This is
Yeah,
a
but
thick,
like,
could be quite
woven-
weighty.
This is the
You know?
kind of thing that you do anyway to clean him out, which is
we
about
see-
the same impact that Skeletor's punches would probably have.
No, I don't think so. I think you've got, again, because we're talking kickboxing here. So this is a foot-focused martial arts. We're talking a sport where you could grab the opponent and stomp on them.
Carpets are meant to be stomped on, though.
You're allowed to grab in kickboxing?
Carpet just be doing what he does best.
Because if you're allowed to grab, then Carpet can constrict.
You mean you don't know? You don't know a thing in your own
This is
game?
hard.
I see. The thing is, like, I thought kickboxing was self-explanatory, and so I didn't really look it up.
Only grabbing in the boxing sense of grabbing. So you can grapple that way.
So you can like
So-
use your arms to bring them closer.
Yeah. But
Okay.
after a minute, you'd probably be pushed apart.
Well, this is hard because one's undead, one's an inanimate object.
Oh, this is so hard. Why is this so hard? It's just a carpet and a skeleton man.
Like I said,
Carpet!
the ones you don't expect are often the hardest ones.
Carpet, because I feel like he's magic. If you wanted to, the
both
carpet
magic.
could just keep on going, because he doesn't have any
But
muscles. He doesn't
Skeletor's
sort of
undead.
wear down. I know, but he's still got a physical body. He'd wear himself out after a while.
Hold on. How much effort would Skeletor commit to each punch that he threw at Carpet?
Alexa, who would win, Skeletor or a magic carpet?
From onboardonline.com. After 3 races, Magic Carpet leads the Wally standings by 2 points.
That's not what I asked. Why do you never answer the questions I ask you? What's wrong with you? I'm going carpet.
Well, hang on.
Okay, I'm
So,
sick
like,
of this
Yeah, I
conversation.
don't know if this is
I can see Skeletor like putting way too much effort into each punch and just getting dodged, getting more enraged until he just collapses in a pile of his own wasted effort.
Stop moving!
I don't get to vote here.
carpet.
I've just been Googling the phrases. Can Carpet from Aladdin be injured? Was Carpet from Aladdin ever injured? Do we see evidence? And I just want to put this out there. I'm really not seeing any evidence that we've got enough damage on Carpet that would make me feel as if he could ever be hurt enough in this fight.
I think
Yeah,
I
that
think
swayed
the
me.
way I think the way you'd actually have to win this is by pinning him down with like nails, and that's not allowed.
I'm saying Carpet. TJ, you
All
going
right.
Carpet?
I'm going with carpet.
Alright, guys, I'll give it to you. Oh,
He's
no.
magic.
Unless you have anything else to say for Skeletor.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Next
you
one.
Made, you made a good
Come
argument
on.
already. Thank you for your argument.
I'm ready.
You
I'm ready for the
convinced
next
me.
competition.
All right,
convinced
Carpet
me.
versus
I'm-
Detective
I'm-
Juliet O'Hara.
wow.
Penmanship.
Oh, I mean,
Not carpet.
Yeah, I think
well, Carpet can grab things still.
O'Hara takes it.
Oh no, the carpet would probably like have ridiculously good handwriting because
With the little
cartoons are
bump at
funny.
the end and just
I don't know that we ever see him writing, do
No,
we?
no, I don't think so.
There was
either.
some grab things though.
Do we have any reason to believe?
No, we don't.
He's been
But
in
who
the
writes on a
Cave of
regular
Wonders.
basis though?
He's been in the Cave of Wonders for about 1,000 years. So even if he
Does it
is
mean he-
literate, it's probably not relevant literacy anymore. So, O'Hara?
O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Just for
So-
ease of getting through it. Let's get that carpet out of the way.
I
He's
was-
a pain in the arse.
I was really, really impressed with Carpet's run, and I thought
That was my fault. I'm
thought
sorry.
That was a great one to have. That was awesome.
Stop bigging up carpet!
All right, TJ, you've got Jenny Wakeman from My Life as a Teenage Robot, TJ Detweiler from Recess, Lava Girl from The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D, or Sanjay and Craig from Sanjay and Craig.
Just to be clear, Lava Girl would be three-dimensional. Right?
That's actually like part of the actual title.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
ditch.
Former champion Lieutenant Commander Data from Star Trek The Next Generation, the Iron Giant from The Iron Giant,
That's two
or
robots.
Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc.
Data.
And it's going to be all matches from here on out. SR, you've got Lucy Van Pelt from Peanuts, Alex the Lion from Madagascar, Chris McLean from Total Drama, or Aquaman from Aquaman.
I always liked Alex the Lion's attitude.
All right, Alex the Lion versus Taylor Swift. World domination. They have
Taylor
4
Swift.
I mean,
years
Swift's
to
a
accomplish
celebrity.
this task.
Taylor Swift. World domination,
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift. It's not going
Yeah.
to happen in the way
Yeah.
that you're expecting. You're expecting that world domination instantly equals tanks and weaponry, and no. Taylor Swift will take
Oh,
over
good
the
point.
world through her media empire. I mean, she basically already has.
Yeah,
Do
she
you-
doesn't have to go demagogue until like the very end.
Right.
Do you not already have a Taylor Swift shrine in your house?
I don't. But that's
Heretic!
because but the reason that I don't is
You
because
lie?
I actually live very close to like her headquarters.
Her.
So it's just
You
like a
live close to
regular.
Taylor Swift.
It's a regular weekend.
The
Yeah, it's a regular
binoculars.
weekend trip for me.
Fair enough.
Regular
So it's
pilgrimage.
just- Yeah. I just casually see her at the local Starbucks and stuff.
All right.
so-
Is she always shouting at people? I imagine she shouts.
Yeah.
Can I see the manager? That doesn't look like the
He's a
manager.
shouter.
Who are you?
He's a
You're an
shouter.
imposter.
All right, Stale. You've got Ensign Pavel Chekhov from Star Trek The Original Series, Kent Mansley from The Iron Giant, Porkchop from Doug, or Vinny Gambini from My Cousin Vinny.
Let's throw in pork chop. Jesus.
Okay, Wheel, where are you going? Okay.
Just-
Porkchop
that wheel's
versus
just got a
Tom
freaking mind of its
6.
own.
Mediation.
Googling Tom Six.
Chop doesn't talk.
Ow.
Yeah, pork chop.
He
is just
doesn't
he's,
talk, but he
barks.
does like pantomime, and he's got also. He does all sorts of
Right.
things.
he's like Snoopy. He emotes and all that.
I
know,
think
Tom Six
he's
always
definitely
is
been
very
shown to be
cool,
literate,
very
too.
calm.
Is this
Did not know that.
Tom Six like wearing a helmet, or is that a robot?
it's a robot versus Porkchop.
It'd probably have to be him. Because, like, I'm thinking, like, protocol droids and all that. Star Wars.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure that Porkchop would be. I don't think he would be terrible at it. I think he could do it. Don't know that he would get much resolved.
Depends on what it's a mediation between.
I guess that's
If
true.
it's other animals, then maybe. But people
Yeah,
might be a problem.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to go for Tom Six.
That's what I'm thinking.
TJ, you've got Captain Benjamin Sisko from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Sheen Estevez from The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Kevin Bacon, the actor, or the Doctor from Star Trek Voyager.
Why would you do this to me? Oh, who's got the shinier head?
Me, obviously.
Okay, I'm going for Rob Bourgeois. We'll go for Ben Cisco.
Captain Benjamin Sisko versus Tom Hanks, skateboarding stunts.
God damn it.
Do like
Is
Tom Hanks,
gonna
and
play Tony Hawk?
I think he, could probably do anything that he sets his mind to. I don't know that he comes through in this one.
I don't see Benjamin Sisko on a skateboard under any circumstances.
Well,
Think
neither
it's- you
Tom
think it's-
Hanks.
I think it's less likely he
Okay,
would be
so,
on
Yeah.
a skateboard than Hanks.
Yeah.
so it's looking like the bar is being set pretty low. Do you think Tom Hanks could do an ollie?
If you told
With
him
enough
how,
practice, maybe. Although, okay, right. So we've
We'll
got
say
to
they have
remember
3 hours.
We've got to remember they will have practice. Yes, the 3 hours you say. So if Benjamin Sisko was told that he needed to do this trick, and this is how you do it, I imagine after about an hour he would have done it. Tom Hanks, I feel like he probably would be on the same sort of level. He probably goes skateboarding by himself anyway. It's surprising what old
Hanks?
people do these days.
Now,
I don't think Tom Hanks has
Yeah.
ever skateboarded.
as you're learning to skateboard, it's almost inevitable that you will fall. Who's going to take the fall better?
Ben.
No. We're talking Tom Hanks, like, at his age now, I'm assuming. Which,
Yeah.
not saying he's like an old man. He's definitely not spry young buck either.
He's certainly significantly older than me, and I sometimes throw up my back by waking up in the morning.
Ben Sisko, again,
That's a good
in
point.
Starfleet, needs to be quite athletic. He plays baseball.
So,
There's that.
sounds like Sisko.
Come on, Tom, get back up.
All right, Captain
Tom?
Benjamin Sisko versus Maid Marian.
Tom!
Surfing.
Ben, again!
Because I don't know that Maid Marian is ever near water enough.
Foxes are pretty agile.
Yeah, but on a surfboard?
Yeah.
Although you get
But
those
you learn how to. So you,
surfboarding dogs.
There's also there's this fox rescue with a YouTube channel called Save a Fox. They actually have one of their foxes who just lives in a tree.
Come on, Felix, treat. Oh no, he just moved further away. Felix, treat. No, come back.
Where are you going?
I don't
Refuses
know how
to-
that helps with surfing.
refuses-
Yeah, that's...
Well, like he just like runs around the whole tree,
Just
all
interesting
over the place.
fact.
No. It's relevant because it requires a lot of balance,
I
and
see
for
where-
this
I see where
fox
you're
to
going.
live in this tree,
But that fox
Of
is
that
on
kind
all
of balance.
fours. This fox is not.
she can be.
She can be, but in the Disney universe, these are essentially the same as human beings.
But with
She
animal
be
traits, so she
athletic
could be
enough?
on all fours if she wanted to.
I think
Yes.
it's Zootopia where they do stand on two legs, but they have like that anatomy still, right?
You're gonna start a howl.
I didn't start it.
You've convinced me. He's gotta go for Maid Marian.
Yay!
With Cisco, what you have is just the athletic ability to sustain yourself longer.
I'm just
TJ,
looking...
you're saying Marion. SR, you're saying Cisco.
Cisco,
Stale. You've got the.
I'm
deciding
going
vote
Marion.
here.
good battle.
Made Marion versus Hank Hill.
Marion
Oh.
could be the dark horse in this race. Honestly, she's been
Oh,
crushing it.
yeah.
Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto.
Oh
the
well,
crime.
no. This is good because Hank's played a equivalent to GTA.
Does it help with committing
yeah,
the crime?
Do you mean real GTA or do you mean
No,
like
I
the
mean-
crime or the game?
Yeah, the
that's
crime.
what I was-
the
Actual
crime.
crime.
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh,
Right.
the Hank's a no.
Because
Then Hank's a no on that one.
He's a very moral guy. I think that's the reason why.
You expect
Although I
me
think
to
she's
what?
probably a decently moral person as well.
She
Um,
is,
but if
but
we're-
she does marry
She
a
is-
criminal.
She is
Exactly,
also a
that's the thing.
fox, and foxes are known to steal things.
They
It's true.
yes,
Not
but
even
they're not also
even
known to
maliciously. They
hotwire
just do it.
things.
That's where I was going to say the technical ability would definitely be in Hank's camp. We have to assume that both of these individuals are doing this for the sport, right? They're not just going out and just stealing
Oh, yeah.
cars. And if we think of it like that, Hank would no longer have the issue with doing it, neither would Marion. And it would come down to who's actually got knowledge, who's actually got the know-how.
I'm going Hank.
Going Hank.
I'm going Hank too.
It's Hank.
All right, SR, you've got Phoenix Wright from Ace Attorney, Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove, Fa Mulan from Mulan, or The Wet Bandits from Home Alone.
Wet freaking bandits, dude. Let's do it. These guys, I mean, those guys would have died in all of that stuff. They would have died. Like,
One of them
they're
became a
just
skeleton
dead.
briefly.
That was almost a match against Carl Sagan, but instead, they've got the much more arduous task of facing Lieutenant Commander Data in
Oh, boy.
Luigi's Balloon World. Here's your
Alright.
starting line. There's a balloon hidden somewhere in the level. Go get it before the time runs out. Good luck.
They would
Right.
bicker too much.
There is two of them.
And
Get
I
off
think-
the starting line.
There is two, and that could give them an advantage if they split up. I think Data might just be better.
Yes, because
Agreed.
he'd be able to jump a lot higher. He'd actually be able to do the course.
All right, Stale, you've got Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas,
So many skeletons.
Chancellor Gowron from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Billy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, or Carl from Llamas with Hats.
I'm gonna go with Jack.
Jack Skellington versus Colonel Mustard.
Be ready.
Wingsuiting.
How light do we reckon Jack Skeleton is?
I mean, he is all
Oh
bone.
yeah. Would he just be caught in the breeze?
He may be all bone, but how heavy are bones?
Not very.
Alexa,
You ever eat like a chicken
what
leg?
percentage
and-
of a human's weight is bone?
From moviecultists.com. Bones make up about 15% of a person's total body weight.
15%.
Okay.
So still quite light.
Colonel Mustard actually did have military experience. I don't know that we know he ever was parachuting anywhere or anything, but
Do we know that he had military experience?
he's an actual colonel.
He's not a piece
I
of
guess-
corn.
Okay, I guess it depends on whether you take him from the board game or the movie.
I take him off the cob.
I'm assuming all of these people did have real life backstories.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, we don't know that he ever we don't know that he was in like the paramilitary.
He was
We don't
wingsuiting
know.
at any point. No.
Yeah,
Um,
right. They definitely don't say.
But but he probably would have had training in parachuting, so he would know these things.
Right.
Jack Skeleton, however, he'd probably open them up and they'd just be cobwebs.
Yeah.
Cobwebs ain't going to get you
He
very
would be
far. are they?
agile. I mean, he seems to be very agile.
He would also be highly susceptible to wind.
I'm gonna say I'm going with the military guy.
Me
I'm gonna
too.
cast
Yeah.
the vote.
Unanimous. Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard versus Tom Six. Make that. Colonel Mustard and Jack Skellington versus Tom Six and Porkchop in Dodgeball.
I mean, wouldn't Jack shatter?
I don't know what's keeping him together.
Be like a dry bones.
That's only
Yeah.
only if he gets hit. Very agile, definitely move, pretty quickly. I think there was, I could be wrong on this, but I think there was like a Toonami thing years ago where we did see like Tom Six play some dodgeball or something. I don't know why that's coming to mind. Don't know if that's real. I swear.
He's a robot, right?
Yeah, he's a robot.
Yeah.
He'd be able to calculate
Okay.
a good aim.
I don't think
Colonel
Porkchop
Mustard's
would
kind
be
of on
helpful
the old
though.
side.
He's a little bit older.
Porkchop might
Not
be
as
good for
fit as he
dodging, but
was.
probably not good for throwing.
I'll have to give it to Jack Skeleton. He would be able to dodge.
You'd be able to
Only
dodge,
pick
but
one.
that's half the battle.
Arms are quite long as well, so he'd get quite a swing on it as well. He'd be an asset, I'd say. I'm going to go for Colonel Mustard. Colonel
I'll
Mustard.
go with
and
him too,
Skeleton.
honestly.
He is
Yeah.
old, though.
I think that's fair.
All right, TJ,
Super
you've got
well.
our last pick here. You've got Mercy from Overwatch, Claptrap from Borderlands, Perito from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, or Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob SquarePants.
All great options.
Are they? I'm going for a ditch.
You've got Hugh Neutron from The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Pearl Forrester from Mystery Science Theater 3000, or Number One from Codename Kids Next Door.
Let's go for another ditch.
All right,
Number one, come on.
double ditch.
Number one is killing it.
Here's
Yeah,
your double
Hugh
ditch.
Neutron.
You've got Dread Pirate LeChuck from Monkey Island, or Yosemite Sam from Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Nice.
Yosemite Sam.
And if you had taken a last ditch, you would have had Mary Poppins.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that really
stupid
would have
asshole.
changed the game. I would have changed the game right there.
Yosemite Sam versus Jake Long. Horse racing. They are
Well,
on
Yosemite
horses.
Sam, because
Yosemite
He's
Sam
got
is-
experience.
he's a cowboy.
Yeah, he do horse.
He's got the experience.
Yep. He do horse.
Go faster, Rassin Foreman. Yosemite Sam versus Lieutenant Commander Data cosplay as their previous opponents. So that's Yosemite Sam cosplaying as Jake Long and Lieutenant Commander Data cosplaying as the Wet Bandits.
Do we?
Oh my
Do we have?
yes!
Both of them.
Yes!
It would work.
Do we have
Oh my
good reason
God.
to believe Data is known for dressing up? Yosemite Sam has definitely dressed up before. We know is familiar with costuming.
Oh, this is great.
The tall one from the Wet Bandits. Just all he needs to do is spike up his hair and put a coat on.
Well, question is Sam dressing as Dragon Jake or as Human Jake?
That depends on how heavy Sam's hubris is going to be that day.
It just works too much for Data. He looks like one of them.
He does, however, have to dress up as both of them.
Well, you just do like a half suit thing going on. You know,
Do
those
like a-
cosplays
do like
would do
a
like
vertical
one half.
split.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
Okay,
That's
I can
impressive.
still see it.
I'm
going
voting Data on this one.
Yeah,
Lieutenant Commander
Unanimous.
Data versus Muriel Finster.
he's doomed.
Badminton.
I'm gonna go with her because again, the playground.
but Android.
I don't see Data being. Like, he's an android, but I don't see him. Well, no, he is tactical. You're right. He's an AI.
Superior physical and mental capabilities.
That's what I'm thinking.
All
Yeah,
right.
Data. Let's go, Data.
Lieutenant
Sorry, Miss
Commander
Finster.
Data versus Detective Juliet O'Hara. Charades. Lieutenant Commander Data and Muriel Finster versus Detective Juliet O'Hara and Carpet.
Oh man.
Carpet's
Oh
back.
man.
Oh no.
Due to the nature of Carpet is the king of charades. That's
Yeah.
all he can do. Is charades. All he
That
can
is
do.
his
Hey, actually,
primary
you're
form
right.
of communication, yeah.
But Data is a master of languages, both verbal and physical.
So let's say that they're both going to be excellent and they're both going to be evenly matched.
Oh, yes.
Who do you think is going to be more like well versed in possible charades prompts? Because a lot of it's drawn from like pop culture, isn't it? You might have
Yeah.
one come up that's like the history of the world part 2.
As
I
long
still
as you can
haven't
get
seen,
those
by the
words
way.
out, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but if you're familiar with the subject matter, then you can get around having to
Be able
spell
to
it out
mime
in
other
charades
things.
by going through the concepts involved.
I
Say
think it is.
Carpet.
I think it is Carpet. I'm sorry, man. I think that's what puts me over the top for it.
Damn you, Data! You keep falling down right at the last minute.
Carpet carries O'Hara into the final, and now we have Santa
Oh my
Claus
God.
versus Carl Sagan. Foosball.
He's a scientist. Is he
The
known for
original-
being?
As you all
Well,
know,
you don't have to be that athletic for football.
NASA
Yeah, true.
is renowned for their foosball tables.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Are
Little
they?
known fact that I've just made up.
Hell, TJ.
Do you think Sagan might have the edge on this? He might just be a more familiar.
It is a toy, though.
It sounds.
sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, now if you look at it like that, now that's an interesting.
But then that's
Santa
sort of
would-
Yeah.
assuming that Santa would then know how to play everything. That's not his job, is it? He's a
Really?
What
a
is it?
glorified.
He would have
Amazon
extensive
delivery driver.
knowledge.
He'd have extensive
Who doesn't-
knowledge, but that doesn't necessarily translate very well to experience.
He wouldn't test everything he gives.
No,
But we
have the
can say
elves
that
do it.
they have an hour to practice.
the beard might get in the
Oh,
way.
I don't know.
I don't know. You know
The
what, Carl
beard
Sagan?
might get in
belly.
the way, you said? The beard
beard.
would get in the way?
Yeah.
Why would the beard get in the way and not the gigantic belly below it?
That's a good point, actually.
'Cause he's
Carl
magic.
Sagan's thin.
It depends how fat you think he is. I
Sagan's
mean,
hella thin, so.
I'm assuming his arms can reach further than like his stomach can stick out.
But his stomach's like,
Yeah, they can-
it's like a big beer
Yeah,
belly.
and it's not like his beard is like up past his eye level.
I'm still going
know.
Carl Sagan,
Man.
but you know, defending
I'm going with
Santa.
Sagan.
I'm- Same,
with
yeah.
Sagan.
Carl Sagan versus Taylor Swift in a debate.
Oh, Sagan.
You're Carl Sagan.
Mm.
Carl Sagan
Sagan.
versus Colonel Mustard. Mysterious murder.
Wait, so they committed a mysterious murder.
Right. Are they committing a mysterious murder or are
Yes.
they solving one?
Committing one.
Who did a better murder? Who hit it the best?
Whose murder takes
Yeah.
longer to solve?
Colonel Mustard, his track record, probably easiest to solve.
Would Carl do it at all?
I don't think you can stuff
Oh,
a body
but-
into a telescope and not have people notice. Stale
Stale, I
appears to
think your
have.
camera's frozen.
What's up?
Your phone connection might have died out. Restart your router.
Oh, I was on a call for a game show thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Be back in a second.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
think
he's
he may
getting
have
bashed over the
disconnected.
head with sunlight.
Somebody's attacking him. I think we've lost him. I think he may have. I'm going to continue on assuming that he's on a laptop and it's run out of battery.
Serious.
So we're going Colonel Mustard then?
We're going for Colonel Mustard.
All right, Colonel Mustard versus Hank Hill.
Good. This is
Rat
good.
catching.
Hank. Although
I think
Colonel
Hank-
Mustard would probably have to deal with rats in the various different places that he's like shacked up in. Oh, here he is.
these rats and frass and varmints.
Yeah. There we go. Here he is. It's all right. You haven't missed much.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
All of you
Okay.
missed is that Colonel Mustard won that one, and now we have Colonel Mustard versus Hank Hill in rat catching.
Okay, I think Hank knows Dale, and his job is to catch pests and or kill them. So I'm gonna lean on
Yes.
Hank on this one.
So you
Yes.
think some of Dale's knowledge may have rubbed off on Hank?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Hank just is just around that type of thing more.
Woohoo!
Right.
All right, Hank Hill steps into the final. I think he's been here before, actually, but he
Oh,
hasn't
man.
faced Juliet O'Hara yet.
That's right. She's a strong competitor.
Now,
Oh,
the final
boy.
works a little bit differently. The first competitor to take 2 contests is the winner. First up, we have air guitar.
Well, Hank plays guitar to begin with, so I'm biased,
That may
but
help.
I'm leaning toward him.
Does, but normally when you're trying to play air guitar, it's trying to be more showy about it.
Air guitar
Hank
is
is
pretty
more
much
of, like-
just concentrated showmanship.
I don't know that he would be so good with like rocking out on stage, looking like a fool.
But he's
yeah.
been said to go to rock shows in his younger years. He does like rock.
He did. But
He'd
would
have a
he,
very well-tuned air guitar.
would he get up on stage and dance around and really make a good show of it?
Again, with thinking of a competition for his family, I could see him doing that.
He
Like
does
in the
have
episode kind of thing.
a surprising willingness, well, not willingness, a surprising ability to go out of his comfort zone despite his
Exactly.
discomfort.
I don't know if he has the moves though.
Yeah,
he's
I
a
don't think he'd
stiff
be very
man.
good at it. He'd do it, but he
Right.
wouldn't be very good.
Do it, but I don't
Yeah.
know that he would do it as well as O'Hara would. I think she would be a better showman.
Yeah.
Next up, we have cooking on $1.
Oh, then Hank,
Hank.
he's a penny pincher.
I think Hank takes that. I don't think it's I don't think it's I literally was
competition.
just saying to myself, if there's any matchup between the two that involves cooking, it's Hank.
It all comes down to an escape room.
Oh,
I think O'Hara.
She's a
She's
detective.
yeah.
She's very
Solving
well
puzzles
trained in
is her
that.
job, yeah.
That's what she does.
Oh, that
Yeah.
pains me.
Although, Hank would be able to dismantle it and leave.
You can't do that in an escape room.
You do
That
have
would
to
be
solve
cheating,
puzzles.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have
He
to
wouldn't
follow the
cheat.
rules.
Ah, darn it. Yeah, O'Hara.
All right. So, Detective Juliet O'Hara becomes our new champion. Now, before we conclude here, where can everybody find you guys if they want to hear more? SR.
Regularly appear on Talk Heathen or The Atheist Experience. Also, every Wednesday, weekly, I am hanging out with The Atheist Republic. So either of those places works, or if you just type in Secular Rarity on any one of the social media things, I'll pop up eventually.
Stale.
On Twitter, at the Stell Rice, I make stuffed animals, and I do other projects on YouTube. It's just Stell Rice. I make cooking videos with this friggin' thing.
And TJ.
Twitch.tv/TJ Pownell. I'm playing a lot of Pokemon recently. And Cult of the Lamb. Ooh, that's a good one.
And occasionally other things like Phasmo.
Oh, yeah, I'm
and
variety,
Borderlands,
variety.
and Detective Juliet O'Hara got out of an escape room and air guitared better. How do you
Jammed
verb
out?
this noun? Jammed out? You know what? I like that. Jammed out. Okay. She finished charades.
She gone done charades.
Rated better.
She charaded. She and Carpet charaded better than Data and Muriel Finster. No, she whittled better than Goro, and she played Wii Sports more effectively than Betty White. That's why Detective Juliet O'Hara is our new champion. She'll be back next time to face 31 new competitors and defend her title because it's still anyone's game.
Anyone's game.
Anyone's game. I'm sorry, I didn't know we were.
Anyone's Game is a production of Raspberry Grenade Games, copyright 2023, all rights reserved.